Greetings fellow 50p collectors, Coin Snatcher here. So I was just sitting about today being lazy, watching YouTube, watching TikTok, looking at the weather outside, which is particularly grim, trying to build myself up to put the Lycra on and go out for a cycle. And as I'm sitting here talking to you guys, girls, it obviously hasn't happened. So rather than sit and do nothing, I thought we might have a deep delve into the TT50p collection, and I think tonight will be accompanied in the background by Pink Floyd, one of my most favourite groups. Nice bit of ambient music in the background. Hopefully it won't be too loud. If it is, tough shit. Now, at the end of the last video, I did make a comment about using magnifying glasses, and I meant to show the one that I use, and it's this little one here. It's a Draper one. They're £4 or £5. They're not expensive. If you Google it, you'll probably pick it up quite quickly, or on eBay. But with this, the great thing with this is you pop it into your eye, and it leaves both hands free, so you can have a look at the coin. And once you get up nice and close, you can pick out the die marks and the coins. Really useful little thing. Not trying to promote it, obviously. I don't sell it. It's ×3 multiplication, or sorry, ×2 is that? There we go, yeah, ×2 multiplication, but a really handy little tool. I've got multiple eyeglasses, and this one is definitely the best. So we'll just we'll turn down the Floyd a bit. And we're ready to go. So tonight's coins are, as I say, the TT50p collection, starting off in 1981 and running up to 1986. Multiple different kinds of TT coins released. You have circulating ones, cupro nickel ones that haven't been circulated. You have silver proof, you have diamond proof, and then you have gold and platinum, which unfortunately I don't have any of. Some of the coins in this collection are easy to come by, some are more difficult, some are expensive, and some are inexpensive. So let's dig straight in, and we start off with the 1981 50p, and this is it here. So we've got a lovely design on this. If we have a little zoom in closer on it, we can pick up the detail. Now, I'm not going to go into who all the different motorbikers, motorcyclists, I was going to say, how many of the different, or who the different bikers are, etc. But what's interesting with this first coin from 1981, it was got a nice design on it there, doesn't it? But if we have a look on the fairing on the side of the back, it says Ra Racing, and it was never meant to say Ra Racing. It was supposed to be racing. So some sort of a mistake with the die on this coin. But more importantly, when we have a zoom in down at the bottom of the back, we can see the AA die mark on the coin. So that's the very first coin in the series, and I guess you could class that as an error coin. So the second coin we have is 1981 again, and as with all these coins, we have a variation on a theme. So when we have a look down at the bottom, no, the phone doesn't want to play ball there with that. We have an AB die mark just down at the bottom of the back, and again it says Ra Racing rather than racing. Lots of nice detail on that coin as well. I should actually show the obverse of the coin as well. So there we go. Oh. 1981. Nice example of this coin as well. You can buy these in first day covers, and if you get them in the first day covers, generally the first day covers have the stamps and coins in an envelope. You normally get a really nice example of a coin, and these aren't too expensive either, which is good. So that's the AA and the AB die mark, and then the next one we have is a correction on the original coin. So if we have a zoom in, they changed the die, and the die now says racing on it rather than Ra Racing. And if we go down to the bottom, we'll see it's an AB die mark. Now, for some reason, when they redid the die, they didn't release this coin with an AA die mark. So at the minute we got AA with Ra Racing, and then AB with Ra Racing, and then we have AB with Racing, the correct way it should be spelt. So that's 1981. And then the next coin we have, if I can just get this into the camera right, let's zoom out of this a bit. So pop this over to the obverse, and I'm sure you know that this is a 1981 coin as well. But if we pop it round, we now look at the die mark on the coin. Ra Racing is correct on it, but we can see what a nice coin this is. Mirror fields and frosted tables on this coin. It's splendid looking. So this is a diamond proof coin, and if we look at the die mark on it, we can see we have a BB die mark, exactly what you would expect for a diamond proof finish coin. And we've got a up down variety of the BB die marks. So the first B is up and the second B is down, and there's a little bit of a gap in between as well. So really nice coin. And if we pop that one back in the tray, then the final coin we have in the 1981 series is this one here. And if we have a look on the die mark on this coin, we can see quite clearly it's the D die mark. So in this case we have a silver proof coin. There we go. Really nice coin as well. Sometimes it's quite hard to tell the difference between the diamond proof coins and the silver coins, but normally the silver coins will, as I said in another video, they'll look more silvery. Sounds a bit stupid, but once you get used to looking at them, you can sort of tell. So the next year we're on to, obviously, is 1982, and we have a circulation coin here, and this time the die mark. Just let you see the design there first. Nice design on this coin as well. And if we have a zoom in on this coin, we have an AA die mark, and it's just nestled over here, just to the right of the coin. There you can see it there, nice and clear. That's the AA die mark for this coin. I should just say as well, when I say the TT series of coins, the TT relates to Tourist Trophy, and that's the name of the races that they have. And they have these races every year around the Isle of Man. I spent many's a childhood year, summer holidays, going over to the Isle of Man, and a couple of times lucky enough to go over and see these races. And back in the day, before health and safety got involved, you were literally able to stand and you would be half a foot away from these motorbikers who would be literally doing 170, 180 miles an hour, whatever speed it was, around these country roads in the Isle of Man. It's amazing stuff. In Northern Ireland, we have the Northwest 500, which is a motorbike race, obviously, but it takes place up in the north of Ireland on the coast roads around Portrush and Portstewart. And it's very similar to the TT races. You would have the same racers would do the circuit effectively. And again, many happy days spent watching the motorbikes zooming around the circuit flat out. So here we have a lovely coin. This one, if we pop it over, is a 1982 BB coin. So somewhere on this coin we have a BB die mark, and there we go. It's exactly where you would expect it to be. Same place as the AA die mark. And in this case we've got a BB that is quite level and there's no spaces in between. Lovely looking coin, that one. And then the next coin we have in the collection, in the date run, is a 1982 coin as well. Lovely looking coin for 42 years old, apart from the little spot on it. And if we have a little zoom in on this, we have a D die mark on this coin, so this is a silver proof version of the coin. So again, really nice coins. We'll not hold it against it that it has a little bit of toning on it there. There's another secondary little spot just to the left of the wheel as well. You can see that. So not perfect. Possibly you could maybe clean those marks off, but I don't clean the coins, so they'll stay as they are. Next coin we have then in the run is 1983 coin. And for this coin, being the first coin in the 1983 series, we should be looking for an AA die mark. Now I'm trying to get in close to this. There we go. So you can see the AA. It's just up on the left hand side of the driver's head. And we've got two A's there, and we have the left A which sits slightly lower than the right A. So we have a down up version of the AA die mark. And if we zoom out there, we can see Peel Tower in the background, the Tower of Refuge. You'll see that on quite a few of the Isle of Man 50p's, £2 coins, Milner's Tower and that. And there we go, it's a really nice looking coin as well. And although it's a circulation coin, it's fared pretty well over the years. It's in nice condition. Little spot on the back there down at the bottom as well. But not to worry. Moving on from that coin then, we have another 1983 coin. But this time if we have a look at the die mark on this coin, now we can see the two A's, and the two A's are split apart, a gap in between them. It's not much of a gap, but when you get your magnifying glass out, you can see that gap. So we have the AA close together variety, and then we have the AA split variety. Lovely stuff. And then moving on from that, we stick with 1983 again, but this time, if I can get this to focus, we have an AB die mark coin. So this one's a little bit more battered over the years. We'll zoom out on that and see if we can zoom in again where the AB is. Now, part of the issue is I'm holding it with my hand, so it's not perfectly steady. It's my hand moving, not the phone. There we go. I think you can see the AB die mark on that. And in this case, the A and the B die mark are pretty close together. The bottom of the B is just slightly lower than the A. And I say that because the next version then we have is the rarest version of the coin. And here we have the AC die mark coin, but the A and the C are split wide apart. Now the AC die mark coin in this series is probably one of the hardest to find. The 1980 Christmas 50p has an AC die mark. That was difficult to find, but the TT one is super difficult to find. And if memory serves me correct, I got this coin from Slovenia or Slovakia or Romania. One of those sort of places is where the coin came from. I've never seen one on eBay, and as a collector, nosy more than anything, I like to keep an eye on eBay to see if one ever does come up, and I've never seen one on eBay. So if you ever come across one of those with an AC die mark, snap it up. If you know what you're looking for, that coin's got to be worth probably around £100 in my opinion. So we stick with 1983 as the date, and we have a look at this coin. Same design of course, but this time we have an AD die mark, and you can see there's a little bit of space between the A and the D, but it's a nice clear die mark. And again, the coin itself is in quite nice condition. And then following on from that, I'm pretty sure it's another 1983 one. But if we have a zoom in on it this time. Right, so this might be a bit more difficult to make out because this is the AD die mark again, but on this coin the A and the D are split wide apart. So you can see the A's right over to the left, and there you have the D right over to the line. And in this case, the D die mark is right up to the line, this line here. There's a little A there. It's a bit fainter on this coin. So you got a couple of variations on the AD die mark to collect as well, which is all fun and games when you're looking on eBay, and it's very difficult to see the die marks because the seller hasn't taken a very good picture, or well, any number of a multitude of excuses as to why you can't see the die marks very well. So moving on, we stick with 1983, but we've done the AA, the AB, AC, AD die marks, and we're now on to the silver proof version of this coin. So as with all the silver proofs, we're looking for, or sorry, not silver proof, diamond proof. We're looking for the BB die mark, and there we go. We can see the BB die mark nice and clearly on that coin, and of course the superior finish on the diamond proof coin. Really nice. And then the next coin that we have, sticking with the same year again, of course. Look at the finish on this coin. I think if you're a numismatist, a coin collector, you would say luster. It's got a beautiful luster, but this is a 1983 BB, and this is die mark number 2. So let the camera focus on that. Let's have a little zoom in. There we go. So we've got a dine up version of the BB die mark. You need to have your glasses on to be able to see the difference between the BB die marks on the 1983 coin. But there we go. I think you can see it quite clearly there. Very nice looking coin indeed. And then to finish off the 1983 series of coins, we have the silver proof coin. A bit of muck there on the case, not on the coin. If we have a little zoom in here, there we go. We can see the D die mark nice and clearly on that coin. So, previous video we looked at the different die marks, and you can see that you could, you know, you don't need to spend money and get every die mark. You can get one coin from each year, and effectively you have the full collection of TT coins. Or you can do what I've done and sort of go balls deep on it and go for the die marks. But I guarantee you, once you start collecting the die marks on one series of Isle of Man coins, then you will be doing it on all the coins. And it gets to the point where you actually stop looking at the design of the coin and you go you go straight away for the die mark on it. So we move on to 1984. Portrait stays the same. We've got a circulation coin here, so a little bit dirty. We'll forgive that, it's 40 years old. Now, this is a sidecar, so you got the motorbike and sidecar there, the two racers on this. And this one is quite tricky to see the die mark on, so we've got to go right in on it. And over to the left of the 50p, you have the laurel wreath. And just nestling under that laurel wreath is a very faint AA die mark. Hopefully you can see that there. Maybe I should have had a Jack Daniels. It would have steadied my hand. You don't realise your hand's moving until you look at it under 6 times magnification, and then you can see that your hand's moving. So let's pop that back out a minute. And then, wow, this is a stunning coin as well. Look at that. So of course it doesn't take a genius to work out that this is a diamond finish version of this coin. Lovely looking coin. A little bit of toning on it, and sometimes toning, if it happens quickly, toning just makes a coin look dirty and grubby, like a lot of the Royal Mint silver proof coins. But if it happens over a period of say 40 years, then it can make a coin look really nice. It increases the eye appeal of the coin, so to speak. And if we have a little zoom in, we can see quite clearly. Oh, well, we will when the camera decides to focus. There we go. We can see quite clearly that we've got a BB die mark nestled under the wreath. That's a stunning coin. And sometimes in my collection especially, it's not the most expensive coins that are my favourite. It very much just depends on the finish and what the coin looks like, and as I say, what the eye appeal of the coin is. Let me just pop that off a minute. There's the obverse on the coin, so hold it in the right light, you'll see a couple of little specks. But again, for 40 years old, we can forgive that. Now, let's hold this one in my hand a minute, and if we bring over the next coin, so this generally is the BB variation. It's quite easy to find. The next coin we have is exactly the same coin again, but if we have a zoom in on this coin, we can see that rather than the BB being down up as it is in the first coin, on this second coin the BBs are level, and I personally think the Bs are a little bit smaller than on the bottom coin, but I mean they're tiny little Bs. So this is the level version of the BB die mark, and this one you'll struggle to find. It's a bit harder to find. Took me quite a long time to find this, but sometimes coins are like buses. You won't be able to find the coin you want for months, years, and then all of a sudden two of them turn up in a couple of months, but that's just the way it is. So the final coin we have then for 1984 is this little stunner here, and this is the die mark coin. So this is the silver proof version of this coin, and the silver proof version is an expensive little coin to get. I'm sure I paid well over £100 for this coin. Suddenly you look at one of these coins and you think, wow, it's the same price as the hallowed Kew Gardens 50p. But that's going to look cheap compared to the next coin we're going to look at. So that's an end to the 1984 coins. Now, strangely, for some reason, at 1984, they decided in the Isle of Man to stop doing these commemorative tourist trophy TT50Ps, and we had to wait until 1996 for the next one to come out. So this is the 1996 coin. Really nice design. This is a good condition, good condition circulating coin. It's not a bag fresh coin as far as I'm aware, but it's in nice condition, but it's probably been used a few times to buy and sell goods. There we've got the 1996 date on it, a little bit of muck on it. It'd probably clean up actually quite nicely, this coin, but as I keep saying, I do not clean the majority of my coins. The only coins I'll clean will be the coins that don't have any value, or it may be a nice coin, but I'll have two of them, and if I have two of them, then I may clean one just to see what the result is, because I'm nosy like that. But if we have a look at this coin, this one sets the precedent then, because down here we have the little AA die mark. Now this coin, the 1996 coin, there's two versions of it. So there's this one which has the AA die mark, and then there's one that's called a DFND. And the DFND is diamond finish, no die. Now that coin was only available in sets, and I think there might be one set on eBay, but I think the selling price or the asking price is about £2,500. So it's a shit ton fuck money, a lot of money if you're going to go for one of those. Now, last coin in what I would call the old school 50p's, the large ones, i.e. the 30mm coins, is the 1997 coin. And I was having a look today, as I do always, on eBay, and these 1997 coins, they ask £300-400 for these coins. It's a phenomenal amount of money for a coin. So, you know, if you said a Kew Gardens 50p collector that you have a 1997 large size TT coin, they'll probably go, oh, what's that? And then you say, well, it's a coin that's probably worth 2.5 times the value of your Kew Garden coin. But it's a little hidden gem, isn't it, in the set. And then I'm pretty sure there's one of these in the sets as well, which has a better quality of finish. I may just have an AA die mark on it. I can't be 100% sure. Need a bit more investigation on that, but at the minute we don't have £400 or £500 spare to find out. Right, so it makes sense that the next coin after the large 1997 would be the small 1997, and this is the most popular TT coin. So I say most popular, it's the one that's highly struck. There's a lot of them. In fact, we're going to come to a separate tray at the end of this video where we have 38 different varieties of the AA Dimark. So if you think with the videos you've looked at so far in Dimarks it's a bit mind-blowing, wait until you see the 38 different versions of Dimark that you can get on this coin. And indeed, there's probably more to be found. So there we go. This coin is probably a double. I probably have it in my other tray as well. But for the sake of continuity, I have to have a 1997 coin in there as well. Now we get into some of the slightly more expensive coins as well. So here we have a lovely looking coin, really nice condition. Got a nice luster to it. And if we pop this over, this is the 1998 version of the coin. So a really nice portrait of Her Majesty. And if we just go back to the 1997 coin, it's a different portrait. So we've gone to the IRB portrait on this, the Ian Rank Broadley portrait. And what a stunning coin. I would call this coin proof-like. You can see the Queen's head and the script looks slightly frosted on it. It's not a full diamond proof finish coin, but it's a magnificent looking coin. And then the next coin we have in the collection, which is here. Now if we pop this over, this is also a 1998 coin. And without me saying it, you've probably guessed it, it has a different Dimark to the first coin. So in the bottom coin, you can see the little tails on the A are pretty much touching. So take a mental picture of that. And then if I drop that one down, you'll see the AA Dimarks on that coin are very slightly different. Next coin we have in this hand is another 1998 coin. So if we pop this one on top of this one, and we have a little look, it may be hard to see on this phone. But again, we have a variation on the Dimark here. So these are long nights spent on eBay with a magnifying glass, slowly turning myself blind, looking for these different Dimarks. I think if you go on the eBay, you'll probably pay around £35 or so for one of these 1998 coins. And this is the fourth 1998 coin. So again, there may be another variety of the Dimark, but I've got 4 different Dimarks on this coin. And it's hard to tell until you get right up close with the magnifying glass. But if we do that for these coins, we'll literally be here all night. My phone will probably melt from the overuse. Okay, so that was 1998. And then the next coin is 1999. And the 1999 coin is a 35 £40 coin as well. And we can see the little AA Dimark on the bottom of that coin. We pop out the next coin, which is also a 1999 dated coin. Pop that on top. Well, you can see the difference actually on this quite clearly. So do you see on the top coin there's quite a big gap between the two A's, and on the bottom coin the A's are pretty close together. So a lot of people will have a 1998 and a 1999 coin, but they probably won't have 3 different versions of the Dimark. Now I am on the hunt for a 4th variation. I don't know if it exists, but that's half the fun of looking at these Dimarks and trying to find if one does exist. And the other thing too is once you find the different Dimarks, sometimes you might find there's the Pubjoy mint mark. That mint mark might be slightly different from coin to coin as well. So it's worth looking at those too, but that's another story for another day. And then if we move on, we've got the 1999 coin. So this is also 1999, but this is known as the Les Graham 50p. So 2 different 1999 coins released, and if we have a look at that, it's a really, really nice coin as well. It's a bit like the previous coin where it's proof-like, but technically not a proof coin. Very nice indeed. Now, if we have a little look at this coin, you'll see the 2 A's just nestled under the back. And the important thing with this coin is just to have a look at the top of the 50. Okay, so you can see the top of the 50 is slightly indented. And if we get the next coin out, this is also a 1999 Les Graham 50p. Let's turn it up the right way. But if I zoom in on these, so the bottom one, we can see that the top of the 5 is slightly indented. And if we look at this one, you can see the AAs are more in level, more in line with each other, and the top of the 5 is dead straight. See the difference? So there we go, there's 2 for 1999 as well. Now, in keeping with tradition, you would expect the next coin to be 2000, but it's not. For the next coin, we skip ahead by 4 years and we go to 2004. Lovely example of this coin as well. And this is the actual tourist trophy itself. So this is the prize that the motorcyclists will get given for winning the race. We've got the Isle of Man in the background, the familiar laurel wreaths around the side. And of course, with all these coins, we're looking for the die mark on it, so we can see the die mark there just to the left of the 50. And that is a rather nice coin. And again, I think we're up to, I don't know, 70, 80 pounds maybe for this particular coin, if you want to put it in your collection. Okay, so that was 2004, and then we have a couple of years break again. And we skip forwards to 2007. There we go, 2007. Another nice example of this coin. And we have the sidecars again, so different rendition of the sidecar racers. And if we have a little look here, we've got an AA die mark. Just have a little zoom in on that. And underneath we can see the PM again, so we've got the Popjoy mint mark at the bottom, and then that's the end of the first tray. That's the first 35 coins. But if we get the next one out, we're under the next tray, so let's just pop that one back over and let's have a look at what we have here. So this again is a 2007 coin, but where we would be expecting to have the AA die mark, it's missing. So this is a nice coin as well. This is it's a diamond finish, but it's a no die mark coin. Makes it quite rare and quite expensive as well. Very nice though. I do really like I like all the Isle of Man coins, that's the problem. And as I say, when you start doing the die marks for one coin, then it's very difficult not to do them for all the coins. Now, moving on again, we have this coin. Oh, Coin Snatcher, we've just looked at that coin. Well, if we flip this over, the last coin was 2004. They re-released the 2004 coin in 2007. And again, we have exactly the same little die mark down in the corner just beside the 5. Little bit worn, that coin. I think that might have seen a bit of action. Now the next coin again, this is a particularly nice coin, and this will set you back over £100 easily if you decide to put this one in your collection. You got to find it first as well, but where we should have the little AA die mark, that's missing. So on this coin there is no AA. This is a diamond proof no die mark coin. Really nice. Bloody pricey as well. Alright, so 2007, and then the next coin we have is 2009. So for some reason there was no 2008 coin. The TT series of coins seems to have been a bit hit and miss, where they did a Christmas coin every year and a Viking coin pretty much every year for the whole run. With the TT coin, they just seem to have forgot about it over a couple of different years, and they've had gaps in the series and that, so that's no good. Okay, so this one we can see is little AA die mark down in the bottom here, the PM mint mark under the 5 and the 0, motorbiker in the middle, 1959 to 2000, 50th anniversary. IRB portrait on the back as well. And here I have to hang my head in shame, because that 2009 coin also has a no die mark version, and there has been one on eBay for a long time, but the seller off the top of my head was asking about £185, and I just haven't brought myself to pay that sort of money yet for the coin. So hopefully someday that'll come up on eBay. Somebody won't know what they've got and they'll be selling nice and cheap, and then hopefully we'll get a bargain. But the next coin is 2010. There we go, a really nice motorbike design again. Low, I was going to say it's almost proof like this one. It's got a little bit of frosting on the motorbiker. There we go, so we've got 50 years of racing, TT Isle of Man. And down the bottom here we can see the little AA die mark as well. And then to go with that coin, 2010 coin, there we go, you can see the difference. This is a no die mark coin, so where we have the AA on the previous coin, it's missing on this coin. So this is a diamond finish no die coin. Generally you'll find all the coins that are no die mark are diamond finish. And then next coin in the series is 2011. So there we go, 2011, 50 years of Yamaha at the TT. $2011, look at that, that's a stunning coin as well. Lovely. And then the next coin is technically not a TT coin, but I like it because it's a motorbike coin and it fits in perfectly with the TT series of coins. So it goes into the collection anyway. So if we have a little look at the next coin, which is the Enduro Motorcycle 50p. Okay, so Enduro is trials motorbikes. That's all about balance, control, and going around basically an obstacle course. If you've ever seen it on TV, it's quite amazing to watch. And that's a really nice AA die mark. There's the AA die mark down in the bottom right hand corner. Nice coin. So the Enduro coin really shouldn't be in this collection, but I like it, so it goes in with the other motorbikes. And then we have the same coin again, but straight away you can see the difference in finish on this coin. And where we should have the AA die mark, we have no die mark. So this is the 2012, there you go, Dave Knight. So that's the name of the motorbiker we're celebrating on this coin. He must be a big Enduro trials bike champion. Lovely coin, isn't it? Right, now the next coin I shouldn't really have in the collection, full stop. And I can feel my eyes burning when I look at it. But here we go. This is a cyclist. There's no engine on his bike. This was released in 2012. And Mark, I think Mark, somebody might be the name of the cyclist that this is celebrating. We've got the AA die mark over here to the left hand side. There is no die mark version of this coin, so it's a standalone coin. But really the two coins from 2012 shouldn't be in the collection, but there's no TT coin for 2012, so it makes sense to have the Enduro ones and the cyclist one in there. And then we go on to 2014. We've got a lovely coin here, the 2014 one, nice and simple, lots of field, little bit of a blob on that coin up the top, but this has been in circulation, so it's not going to be perfect. Obverse is looking better than the reverse. I think too, just while I'm looking at the coins, it's easy to be a collector and to collect things, and actually you get so focused on what you're collecting, you forget sometimes to enjoy the collection. And I watch a lot of other people's videos who collect coins, and there's very few people who display their coins the way I display them. Most people are petrified of having their coins collection stolen and just generally having them on display. I don't have them on display in the living room. Obviously they're on display in the bedroom, and they're not seen by anybody except me. And I take great pleasure in just sometimes just looking at 3 cabinets full of coins and taking satisfaction in the coins I've got, but also taking satisfaction in the fact that I've spent, 9-10 years collecting these coins, and where I might have pissed the money up the wall previously on various different hobbies, or going to the pub or going to the bookies or whatever. Rather than doing that, the money's gone into something that gives me great pleasure, and the longer you do this, you find out that more and more people have great pleasure in collecting coins. But anyway, I digress. So we move on to the penultimate coin in the TT collection, and this is the 2015 coin. And this again is a very nice example of the 2015 coin. I think this one came out of a pack, if I remember right. And as with all these coins, if we have a little zoom in, there's the AA die mark. And I think around the rim of this coin, you've got the name of loads of the famous motorbikers. So really nice design. Bit more in this design than some of the previous coins as well, and I think with the extra sort of lines on it here, it gives the effect of speed as if the bikes are in motion. So we'll keep that one there just for a second, because the next coin is also a 2015 coin, but this time we switch the AA die mark for an AB die mark, which is cool. So that's the AA and the AB. And then the final coin for 2015, if we have a little zoom in, where we should have the AA or AB die mark, we're missing that. So we're back to a diamond finish, no die mark coin. And that looks absolutely resplendent. See too, it's a nice way, I think, to keep the coins as in these capsules. You get to see both sides of the coin. Now, albeit these capsules are for the large 50p's, but I don't discriminate, you know. You can get the little foam inserts that go round, and you could hold it with a foam insert dead on center. But I'm not a fan of foam inserts. I'm of the belief that some of these foam inserts can actually cause toning themselves. So it's one or the other, and I've gone without them. There we go. And then we have the very final coin in the TT series, which is the 2016 coin. If we pop this over, we've got a different portrait of Her Majesty now on the obverse of the coin. So we've gone from the IRB portrait of 2015 to the Popjoy Mint's own portrait. It's a Jody Clark portrait, but it's Popjoy's portrait effectively. You won't find it on any other coins except for the Popjoy ones. And then if we have a little zoom in on this, there's the die mark just down at the front right hand side of the motorbike tire. and that's an AA Dimark. It's quite faint, so even the camera struggles to pick that up a little bit. And then we've got more names of more motorbikers around the outside. Some names even there: Steve Hislop, Michael Dunlop, of course you had Joey Dunlop, Ian Hutchinson, Mick Grant, Dave Molyneux. There's quite a few names I recognise there, just because over the years you hear about them. Now that brings an end to the TT series of coins. There's one last little bit that I have in here which I came across, which was Isle of Man Superbikes 2022. This was only a couple of quid, and I thought I'll pop that in because it's just a nice way to end the collection. It's not a 50p coin, but I just liked it. It's just a little bit of tat, and I'm not obverse to a little bit of tat at all. Obverse. I even put coin lingo into my everyday language. But there we go, the three legs of man. Right, now I mentioned earlier on that the 1997 coin was the highly minted one. So if we have a little, I'm going to take this out of